So you'd want to get each one of those documented. We might want.
Is the professor not here anymore?
I think he disconnected.
Oh.
Are other people having the problem where they can't see the professor?
Yeah,
Or
I
if he's
think
here?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's sort of like not in here.
I'm sure he got disconnected.
I think he's
okay.
just gone.
Okay.
Yeah, we just gotta
I thought it was
wait it
something on
out.
my end.
Just wait for him.
Yeah, I guess we just wait until he comes back.
One eternity later.
Well, I had a internet crash of some sort going on there.
Long time no see. Welcome back to my new video. I know it's been a while since I uploaded my last video. I've been out of mind doing such a lot of schoolwork recently. I think I've been spending the busiest month of the year so far, and I'm going to explain that in just a moment. So today's video is about how I've been carrying out through my semester and kind of introduce you guys how my school is working out. It's pretty different from before, and of course it varies from different schools and different countries, so I thought it was a good idea to introduce you guys how I'm doing. So I'm taking online courses from the other side of the globe. I'm currently staying in Korea, and of course my school is in the US, so I decided not to go back during this period. My school has decided to provide the same materials and same resources to those students who do not come back to the campus this semester. So there are mainly three methods of class: offline, synchronous online, and asynchronous online. No matter how the student decides to take the course, the lecture notes and recorded videos are provided asynchronously, and I really like this plan. So I'm gonna briefly introduce each of the courses I'm currently taking and explain how the lectures, the assignments, and exams are carried out. Let's get started. This is my weekly schedule for this semester. I put all the classes from Tuesday to Thursdays because I thought it would be better to just go to school 3 days a week and make it feel like I have longer weekends. But it turned out not going to school anyway, so it doesn't really matter anymore. My first class is CS 3305, Discrete Mathematics for Computing 2. So this is a course that teaches some of the basic concepts that we need when developing softwares. Topics included are advanced counting methods, number theories, recurrence relations, basic tree and graph algorithms, and so on. So it's called math, but it's not exactly a math. We can say math for developers. It's a 100% asynchronous class, so the professor posts recorded videos on e-learning website, which links to his YouTube channel.
Hi class, my name is Dino Uribe. I'll be your instructor for CS 3305. I know this is the first video that I posted for this class.
He also posts homeworks on e-learning. My first homework was to create a PDF document with a tool called LaTeX. It's pretty similar to HTML in a way that we have to write certain codes and comments to compile as a complete PDF format. So as an example, we had to solve a problem on recurrence relations and proofs by induction. The professor solved one problem during the lecture, explaining some basic grammar and commands to compile mathematical equations and normal text. So I followed his instructions and had to solve 2 more problems by myself. It was something that I've never experienced, so it was pretty exciting and interesting for me. As some of you, if you're a CS major, might agree that learning a new language is always exciting and fun, until it gets complicated.
Okay, have a great weekend. Good luck with the rest of the homework. We'll talk to you all on Tuesday.
My second class is CS 3341, Probability and Statistics in Computer Science and Software Engineering. It's a synchronous class live on Blackboard Collaborate, and the recorded lectures are uploaded on Microsoft Stream. I've never participated in this live class because it's at 1 p.m., which is 3 a.m. here. Doesn't mean that I'm not awake at 3, but you know, who wants to take class that late? Anyways, I think this class is the most enjoyable class so far this semester because I really like the professor. His voice has a very energetic tone, and I can feel that he himself is really enjoying teaching this class.
Exactly, right? We've got lambda to the k over k factorial
So for this class, there is homework and quiz every week. Homework is done on a website called Webwork, which is a website that usually provides math courses assignments. In order to use it, I need to log into UTD's VPN to access the server. They are due on Tuesday nights, so I download the question sets into my tablet as a PDF file, solve it, and upload the answers right away. Quizzes are due on every Thursdays. The quiz is not that hard. It usually consists of 5 to 10 questions with basic problems from last week's lecture. It really helps me to understand the basic concepts and how to apply formulas to the problems.
So far, so good, I think.
My third class is CS 3354 Software Engineering. So software engineering class is more than just writing a code. We usually cover project management, software designing and testing, which will probably be the most frequently used knowledge when we get into our jobs in the future. It's pretty much an extension of the software design class that I took last year in Korea, so the contents are pretty familiar to me. It is also a synchronous class live on Microsoft Teams, and it is recorded on MS Stream. My school switched from Zoom and Blackboard Collaborate that we mostly used at the end of last semester because Teams have better features including live closed captioning, and it is more reliable. There is quiz every Friday. It covers topics discussed in the previous week, and it consists of 5 to 15 questions, but they are open book and open notes. I can find most of the answers on the lecture materials. A few questions were tricky if I didn't understand the concepts properly. The first assignment was on software disaster case study, where we do a research on a past case of industrial failure of software and write a 2 to 4 page analysis report. Since I'm really interested in cars, I chose Toyota's unintended acceleration case. Basically, Toyota's early models had some systematic software malfunction that caused vehicles to accelerate without the driver's intention and resist to brake. It caused serious accidents and took away many people's lives. I learned the importance of software over hardware and the ethics that developers and engineers should hold. I noted in my paper that we have to be cautious about new technologies so that it won't cause problems that weren't present before the introduction of them. The next class is ECS 3390, Professional and Technical Communication. It's basically a course that teaches you how to communicate professionally, usually in formal environments like admissions, interviews, workspaces, and etc. So we learn how to write technical documents, reports, and make presentations. I think it's an essential course especially for engineers because they often lack the skills to convey their great ideas to the others. Well, so far this is a course that's been requiring me a lot of time-consuming work. There are just so many things to do for this class, so I always have to check the syllabus to see if there's anything due this week and keep them in my to-do list. There are assignments, reports, and quizzes every week, and we even have several group projects. The class is synchronous on Microsoft Teams, and I participated in every class so far because it's at 8:30 a.m., which is 10:30 p.m. here. She always explains about the work due this week and gives instructions on them. Students can freely join the discussion if they turn their mic on. We also have a few one-on-one meetings with the professor to get a feedback on our assignments.
Good morning, Anthony. How are you doing? Or good evening to you.
Hello.
Hi, how are you doing?
Very good, how are you?
Pretty good.
Yeah, good to see you.
Yeah, good to see you too. How are things going?
Pretty good. I had 2 meetings so far, and she gave me a feedback on my resume and also helped me choose a topic for the report. The first group assignment started very awful. No one in my group made a contact with each other until 2 days before submission, when I had to send them an email to finally join a group chat. It was about writing a letter to a virtual team leader after doing a research on the cultural differences of Argentina and Brazil before expanding the business. One of my teammates was actually from Brazil, and I really hoped that he would be a great help on this project, but he turned out responding extremely late to our messages and eventually did not contribute to our work at all. Although it was a special case for meeting such an irresponsible teammate, the time difference with the peers was the fundamental factor that caused the difficulty of communication. These problems could have not happened if we were doing all these in a classroom, but there's no one to blame about this, so I just had to do my best. There's also a textbook quiz we have to do online. They're mostly just comprehensive questions and the answers are mostly in the text, but some questions have vague expressions that made me confusing, so I got 1 or 2 questions wrong for some chapters. Finally, there's discussion board. One of the assignment was to write about what role I like to take in a team and why. I wrote about my experience of leading the school band during my sophomore year. As a drummer and a leader, I learned so many things including leadership, communication skills, and of course musical skills. I can certainly take out this experience to anyone curious about my life because I think that's the most valuable experience I've had in college. As you saw, this class requires a lot of work, but I'm sure learning these will help me a lot after all. My last course, Math 2418 Linear Algebra, is the only class that is held both offline and online.
3 different formats at the same time: face-to-face, virtual, plus asynchronous. So
it's mainly held face-to-face at the campus, and the professor broadcasts it live, and it's also recorded to be watched later on. Of course, I'm taking the last option, watching the recorded lectures on stream.
U and V are not parallel to each other.
At first, linear algebra felt very unfamiliar to me, so I was kinda scared. But this subject mainly handles vectors and matrices. I learned vectors in high school, and matrices were not as complicated as I worried. So it didn't take a lot of time to understand the basic concepts needed to complete the assignments. Usually there's 1 assignment every week. It's a series of practice problems from last week's lectures. There are 8 to 10 questions in each assignment, and I would say the difficulty is from medium to high. I have to surely understand the concepts before approaching the questions. Overall, this course is not very effort-taking, and I'm actually learning a lot from it. So there are many pros and cons of these online courses. The first advantage is that I'm able to manage my own schedules according to my preferences. Because all of the lectures are recorded and I can take them whenever I want, it's easier to manage my own schedules. The second advantage is that most of the assignments deadlines are due midnight, which is the next day's 2 p.m. in Korea. So it feels like I have 1 extra day to complete each assignment, and even if I realize there was a homework that I have forgotten, I still have a lot of time to complete them. The first drawback relates to the first advantage because I've already lost my pace in following the lectures. I have so many lectures to take right now that I should have taken before. Second, it's a little bit difficult to communicate with professors and other peers in my class because of the time differences. Alright, so that's it for today's video. I hope you guys really enjoyed it. Next time I'll probably make a video on the differences of the universities in Korea and the US. Please stay tuned to get the new episodes. If you enjoyed this video, please hit the like button, hit the subscribe button here, and if you have any questions, please leave that in the comments. Thank you all, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.